2014 Nissan Pathfinder. I'm going to show you how to change the broken door latch. First thing you got to do is get all the kids' water out of this nasty thing. Next up, you got to pop off this plastic piece behind here and this plastic piece behind here. So those are the bolts you got to take out, two 10 millimeters. Okay, for this one, we got to use something a little tougher, so we got a flathead. There's also a 10 mil back there you got to take out. So that one and those two. That's it. I want to focus. There we go. The two from the little hand hold thing were coarse thread. The one from the actual door handle or doorknob that came out of there was a fine thread. So I'll just hang on to those for a few minutes. Okay, next up you gotta pop off all of these little lock tabs that are back here. So I shoved something back under here like this. I'll give it a little bit of a pry. Once you get one of these things loose, you can start pulling the rest of it like that. And then once you get the whole thing off, before we pull it off, there's a wire that goes back up there. You have to undo from under here. And that takes off the electrical pigtail there for the power window switch. So I had this little clip here that was holding the excess. So right there, I used a flathead screwdriver and popped that out first. And then I was able to get into there. That sits in like this. That's the button you have to push. And then the best trick is pull and wiggle. And then it'll come out. So next thing you got is your door latch cables. These are pretty easy to figure out how they come out. They're just a little ball sitting in there. That's what's supposed to be actuating the stuff, but these cheap things break real fast, as I'm sure you noticed. Undo these. They're just pushed in here. Pop them up out, and then they just pop right out. And these are what are actuating your door actual handle. And now you can go and you can take out, I think there's 3 screws somewhere. 1, 2, and somewhere else is a third. Oh, there we go, right there. And then you can replace that. Okay, here's what it looks like when it's all off the car. This is the inside of the door panel. This is actually the back side of the piece you're replacing. There is the piece of china that I'm replacing with this other piece of china. So these are on Amazon for like, I don't remember, it was like $5 or $10. So it looks like a lot of people have this issue. This is the second one on my Pathfinder. What happens is that if anybody's pulling the lever and the automatic door lock unlocks or locks, for example, when you turn the car off, all the doors automatically unlock. And if you got eager kids like me and they're yanking on these things and that thing unlocks, well, it just self-destructs. It's just made of like the worst China plastic ever. And now that Nissan is freaking owned by China, that's what they do. They put cheap plastic. So anyways, back to this. We got to put 1, 2, 3 Phillips screws out of there, yank this guy out, we'll put this guy in there, lickety split, we'll go put it back in, and you'll be all done. Come on, buddy. There we go. Yeah. Come on. There we go. It's like a booger trying to get stuck to your finger. So, oh, I forgot we got this little plastic thing. Hold on. Okay, I just thought maybe I was gonna break something, but nope, you just gotta give it up. Get out of there. And that's the broken one. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. This is kind of tricky one-handed. But basically, up in here is where the part that's broken is, I believe. I don't really know. Here's the new one. So let's hope that this is the right one. So, sorry, I should probably show what I'm doing. Oh, so it's a lot harder to look at the screen, and there we go. So it just has a tab right here and right here that it's trying to click into. Anyways, there you go, boom. Okay, now we just go back and we put our 3 screws back in there. Presto. Okay, we got the 3 screws back in. Make sure you don't tighten those too much. If you're using a power drill like me, don't. Just do it by hand because it's metal going into a plastic bung with plastic threads. That'll strip out real fast. That's basically the replacement. Now you just got to go and button it all back up. So reverse order. So we started with these 2 clips. We'll put those back in. We'll go back and we'll put our pigtail back into the button, and we'll smash it back into there for that clip. Put everything on. At this point, it's a good time to make sure that you have all your clips. Some of these will stay in the door, so go pop them back out of the door and put them in the right spot, and make sure you got them all, and then you can just go and smash it back on the door, lickety split. Okay, so here we got the door latch cables, I guess. I'll try to do this with you. This is tough with the camera in my hand. Okay, so we got the door handle cables hooked up. Don't worry about getting them backwards. They don't fit in each other's hole. Or another way is I think they probably all have that green mark on the top indicating that, but the post, there's a post in this one. This one's just a ball. Okay, once we got that done, we take our little pigtail here, and I'm gonna shove it back up in there just like that. See if I can do it while I got you guys in my hands. Nope. Got the pigtail in there. Next thing I'm gonna do is smash in this guy here. And then I'll just hang the door panel back up on this lip here. Once you get the top lip all secured, then you come down and find some of those little things, shove them in their hole, smash them in, and go around and start smashing them all back in. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, start up here with this machine screw looking one. Got this guy in a low torque setting too. I don't want to break anything off at this point. So we get these 2 little guys put back in. Okay, so we got the 2 10s with the coarse thread, the 110 with the fine thread, all put back in. Now we just put on the plastic covers. This guy just goes in here like this and just get in there. And this one just gets put in there. So there, that's the job done. Let's see if it works. Now I know what you're thinking. Something about this right here, but this is where my daughter sits, okay? This is like her zone. So I'm just gonna ignore all of this. That's where I sit, right there, right there. See, you don't see that crap on mine. No, come back where the kids sit. Holy moly. Anyways, let's see if this works. It doesn't work at all. Well, I hope that you got maybe a little helpful hint or 2 out of this. Maybe you'll have an easier time doing your own project. After I got out of the car, I came around the outside and opened it up and checked, and sure enough, my daughter had put the child lock on. So the whole last month that we thought this was broken, turned out she flipped on the child lock, and that's life with kids. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and oh yeah, feels good to be able to open that door now though. Anyways, have a good one. So if you think your kid might have done the same thing, this is where it is. It's out on the door. Probably should check this before you get started. If it's facing locked forward, then that disengages this, which feels the same as when it's broken. She got me again.